But I'd like to thank the Champaign West Rotary for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I will be telling you about my family and our organization, the Live Life Foundation, which is a 501c3 pending organization. Live Life was started in honor of my beautiful daughter, Livia Hewert. In starting, I'm going to read a poem by Emily Pearl Kingsley titled Welcome to Holland. Slide. I am often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with a disability, to try to help people understand who have not shared that unique experience to understand it, to imagine how it would feel, and it's like this. When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. Slide. You buy a bunch of guidebooks and make your wonderful plans. The Colosseum, the Michelangelo's David, the gondolas in Venice. You may learn some handy phrases in Italian. It's all very exciting. After months of eager anticipation, the day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later, the plane lands. The stewardess comes in and says, "Welcome to Holland." Slide. Holland, you say? What do you mean, Holland? I signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All my life, I've dreamed of going to Italy. But there's been a change in the flight plan. They've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. Slide. The important thing is that they haven't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease. It's just a different place. So you must go out and buy new guidebooks, and you must learn a whole new language, and you will meet a whole new group of people you would have never met. It's just a different place. It's slower paced than Italy, less flashy than Italy, but after you've been there for a while and you catch your breath, you look around and you begin to notice that Holland has windmills, Holland has tulips, Holland even has Rembrandts. Slide. But everyone you know is busy coming and going from Italy, and they're all bragging about what a wonderful time they had there. And for the rest of your life, you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go. That's what I had planned. And the pain of that will never, ever, ever go away, because the loss of that dream is a very, very significant loss. But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you didn't get to Italy, you may never be free to enjoy the very special, the very lovely things about home. Slide. So my family. Our family story is a typical one. Jake and I met, we fell in love, we got married, had great jobs, dreamed of starting a family of our own, the American dream. Our first dream came true when we had our first daughter, Livia Grace. Life was perfect in our eyes. Jake got a job that enabled me to stay home with our children. I couldn't have asked for anything more. You could almost say our dream vacation to Italy was becoming a reality. Slide. 789, slide. On 789 was the day our itinerary changed and we were headed to Holland. By this date, we had another beautiful baby girl. In fact, on this date, 789, Finley Faith was 8 weeks old. This was the day we heard the words NPS, Sanfilippo Syndrome, and terminal. Our world was completely turned upside down. There were so many emotions of devastation, confusion, the overwhelming amount of information we were going to have to learn about NPS, the worry about Finley, that Finley may have the disorder, and of course our beautiful daughter Liv. We had Finley tested right away, and my heart had always told me that Finley was just fine. She is our miracle. Finley's test came back that she is a carrier of this disorder, but so are Jake and I. Sanfilippo Syndrome is a recessive genetic disorder, meaning both parents have to be carriers of this mutation. There is a 25% chance that each of our children would have this disorder. Slide. NPS. Mucopoly what? I can remember saying this word over and over again, trying to say it correctly, and never quite getting it right. Slide. Mucopolysaccharidosis. It is a recessive genetic lysosomal storage disease caused by the body's inability to produce specific enzymes. In other words, she's missing just a tiny little enzyme. Specifically, she's missing the enzyme heparan sulfatase. And because of this, she is not able to recycle specific sugars or glycosaminoglycans, also called GAGs, which will build and build in her system, eventually causing progressive damage. Slide. People with MPS may experience all or some, which I must express that it's all or some of the following: hearing loss, speech delay or loss, insistent need to chew, GI upset, seizures, swallowing difficulties, feeding tubes, loss of mobility, sleep issues, difficult behavior, dementia, upper respiratory infections, and death. Slide. Our focus. Some of you may be thinking, how is she able to stand here today and talk to you about this? 2 years ago, if I were sitting in the spot where you're sitting right now, I would have thought the same thing. Our extreme love for our children, our faith, our determination, and our hope that a cure or treatment will be found is why I'm standing here today. I started writing a blog as a form of therapy and also a way to inform people about Livia and our family. I got such a huge response from the blog that I knew we were capable of doing more. In turn, we decided that more awareness and money needed to be raised in the name of Sanfilippo Syndrome. We created Live Life Foundation. Slide. Research in the field of MPS is really expanding. Live Life Foundation strives to help the funding aspect of finding a cure or a treatment. Some of the pharmaceutical companies that are on the brink of finding a cure are Zaccharon Pharmaceuticals in California, Shire Pharmaceuticals located across the globe, Dr. Haiyan Fu of Columbus, Ohio. Each one of these companies or physicians has their own methods or treatments for different avenues of a treatment. A lot of you were involved in the Pepsi Refresh grant voting process. I can't thank you enough for the effort that you put into voting and asking others to vote along with you. We officially won the $250,000 grant, which is going towards Dr. Fu's vector therapy testing and for preclinical studies in hopes of finding a treatment available for children. Winning this grant is a big step towards this funding, but another $750,000 is needed. Slide. Goals of Live Life. Our #1 goal of Live Life Foundation is to spread awareness of this extremely rare genetic disorder, to raise funds to help find a cure or a treatment. We are on a mission for 1 million. Whether it be $1 million or 1 million people reached, we want to use the word million in our campaign. Slide. Research, like I stressed earlier. There are avenues being discovered every day to give our children a fighting chance to live their lives. Helping others. If we didn't have the support and resources like this event today, it would be very difficult to teach people about the rare disorders such as Sanfilippo Syndrome. It is so important to us as a family to help other families affected with MPS. Medical expenses, medical equipment, or even helping a sibling of a child with MPS. We hope to provide scholarships in the future for some of these needs. Make-A-Wish Foundation is an incredible organization that helps grant wishes to children with a life-threatening condition. Live Life supports this foundation. Slide. Live Life's fundraising efforts to this date have included t-shirt sales, coffee sales, car decals, homemade shirts by my grandmother, support from the Roscoe Rush football team, Rockford, Texas Roadhouse, the Four-Way Saloon in Seidel, Illinois, and personal donations. I am proud to tell you about our upcoming golf outing on Friday, May 20th at the U of I Orange and Blue Golf Course. The outing is $100 per person. You can sign up as a foursome or you can sign up individually and we will make the team. There will be prizes. The prize includes lunch and dinner. Registration is at 11:30. Tea time is at 12:30. There are lots of prizes to give away. There is a chance to win a car for a hole-in-one. Slide. The money raised for the golf outing will go towards research that I spoke of earlier. Please pick up a flyer on your way out. Slide. In closing, I'd like to thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'd like to leave you with this thought. In the midst of our pain, we have found purpose. And with this purpose, we have found a bounty of blessings, which has taught us to live simply and intentionally. Thank you.